Hello, Earpers and new fans like us. We're going to be talking about Wynonna Earp. We're talking about 2 episodes. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I was like, wait, where's our music? There it is. Okay. Hey guys, so like I said, this is the Wynonna, I can't talk. There we go. Wynonna Earp panel. And we are super excited to talk about this show. And yes, we know it's already been out, and that's why we're gonna be doing 2 episodes a week. Now here's the other fun bit about it. Myself and my lovely co-host, we have never seen the show. So please, absolutely no spoilers. We are in the chat room, so you can chat with us, but no spoilers.
We are covering episodes 1 and 2, so any spoilers past that, please spare us the spoilers.
And so hopefully we bring a new, fresh perspective to those of you who've already seen it, and for those new like us, we hope you enjoy it. My name's Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D. Lane on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook at Kari Lane Actor. And my awesome co-host.
Hi guys, thanks for joining. My name is Amber Plaster, and you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Amber Plaster.
And then, yeah, we are super excited. We just watched the episodes, and all right, first thoughts. So the 2 episodes we're talking about today are Purgatory and Keep the Home Fires Burning. And we probably might slip into some southern accents at some point, so hope you don't mind.
We keep slipping into little Western accents.
Well,
it's fine.
It's hard after just watching 2, because I'm that person that if I hear it, I'll be like, so how y'all doing? And
we were like, we should get on out of this studio and get ready for the show now. And we were like, what's
boy.
happening?
Yeah.
Right.
So what are your thoughts so far?
I have a lot of thoughts, and
Okay.
And if there's any questions that you guys have, we definitely want to do questions for the live chat. And for those of you listening on the podcast, be sure to tweet them in. We will try to address any big plot questions that we have if we catch them. I really like the show. I would say that it's really refreshing to see almost like an alarming amount of women speaking on the show. I mean, as somebody who watches a lot of TV professionally, because this is what I do, I was almost just like, whoa, there's just so many women speaking on the screen.
Yeah.
And they all have like different personalities, and they all like...
And they don't talk about men the whole time?
It's great.
It's one of the things that, oh my gosh, they have levels to them. And
what did I do to deserve this? I don't know. This is great. But there's still men on the show, and there should be. I don't think any show should be one-sided with all men, all white people, all women, and there should be a diverse cast, and there is, and it's just a breath of fresh air. So that was the first thing that I noticed. Also, it's beautifully shot. I don't know where it's shot. New Mexico, maybe?
If it's actually shot here.
Is she...
Fans, where is it shot? There
I would love
Please look that up for us.
Yeah, I would love to know where it's shot. I think that it's supposed to be set in like Texas.
Probably. That's how
Imaginary
it feels.
Purgatory, Texas.
Yeah. I feel it's not terribly descript, per se. I mean, it says Purgatory, but it's not like we are in this state, in this city, like...
I think it was kept vague on purpose.
Yeah. But I like that, though.
But I like to imagine that. Oh, it was filmed in Canada? Holy
I thought so.
Shot in Calgary.
Calgary?
Specific.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our engineer says that it was shot in Canada.
Well, the
they did
black
a great
badge
job.
said Canada and U.S. It had a Canadian little maple leaf on it. I don't know. Did you guys catch that when Dolls shows his badge at one point? It has. Oh no, it's when she gets her little deputy badge.
Yeah, I noticed that, but I was like, why? I just thought like, oh, maybe these demons had spread all the way to Canada, and that's
I think it's
just
still supposed to be set though in the U.S. But it could be, filmed there.
Maybe not, but yeah, it's obviously
Good
filmed there.
question.
Well, I mean, everything's being filmed in Canada these days. Cast here in Los Angeles, but filmed in Canada, which is
shipped them off.
Very strange. Yeah, and so we have a few people in the chat saying, I don't know how to subscribe to this. I don't know you guys. So if you guys are new to AfterBuzz, one of the ways that you can, there's many ways that you can find this. You can actually subscribe to AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. We do a lot of shows here at AfterBuzz TV, a lot of show reviews. So the way that you would find Wynonna Earp is you would want to subscribe to the playlist for Wynonna Earp, which is going to be probably live after this show. And then if you want to follow me and the hosts of your show that you like, will remind you hours before the show every time that we go live.
Yeah.
So that's another way that you can do that. You can also download the podcast on iTunes.
Yay.
Yeah.
Make sure to thumbs up, and you can definitely leave comments down below on the YouTube video, and iTunes you can do the 5 stars and comments as well. Oh yeah, so guys, what it is for some of you new to AfterBuzz, what we do is we watch the episodes, and this one is a little bit different because yes, the show's already been out. So what we're doing is we're watching 2 episodes a week. We watch it prior to coming in here, which this is now live right now while we're filming, and then it will be permanently on YouTube as well as an iTunes podcast, so you can always come back to it later or share it with your friends later. Please do. I think that's a couple things that people have asked in the chat room.
Right. I think we got that sorted
out. All right. So yeah, now let's talk about the episodes. Yeah, I enjoyed it too. There's definitely a lot of things. I am all for puns, so I love some of the really cheesy puns on this, and a couple of them were very well placed. So I was like, haha, yes, that was very good.
I am still warming up to the puns. I am, but there's a few, like the lead actress who plays Wynonna is really, really good. I really like her, and I mean, all of the actors are actually kind of growing on me. The pilot kind of had me confused because I was like, okay, what are the rules here? Are they like werewolves and vampires? Like, I knew nothing going into this other than I've heard that it's a good show. We
did a really good job. I will commend us of we don't know stuff ahead of time. I tried to stay away from all spoilers, so yeah, we're coming into this completely fresh, so people who've already seen this will reiterate that.
So I had a hard time figuring out, okay, what are the, because obviously it's SyFy.
What are the rules?
It's a sci-fi western. What are the rules of this story that we're getting into? And so the pilot had me a little confused.
Later.
Yeah, the expedition was definitely later, and by the second episode I was much more comfortable. And we find out a lot of things in the second episode, which I really enjoyed. So I'm glad I stuck around. So for those of you just watching Wynonna Earp for the first time, I would say give it 2 episodes. Don't give it 1.
Yeah, the pilot is a little bit like just dropped you in the water, and you're like, wait, what? But then by 2, you're like, okay, hit the ground running. So we open up with Wynonna Earp going into Wyatt Earp country, which I thought was funny. At first I thought it said county, and I'm like, oh wait, no, that's country. The bus breaks down. Oh, and then our poor little Kirsten of, you're pretty and smart, which she's listed as pretty first. Which, okay, one of my small little gripes is she has perfect hair. Can we just talk about how perfect her
Wynonna's perfect hair?
She has her perfect barrels, which I'm like, she seems like a tomboyish kind of lady, but damn, her hair's like perfect.
I mean, here's the thing. She looks amazing.
She looks gorgeous.
She looks like a comic book superhero, so I'm okay with her hair being almost unnaturally perfect. Yeah. And then she's wearing makeup, but she's wearing the TV
it's
no
natural,
makeup. Yeah, which I appreciate.
Her sister's hair looks normal. It's only her that has like the...
I agree. Her sister's hair looks totally like country normal. Yeah. Like I just braided it and it happened this way. Her hair is out of control.
Oh. There we go. Somebody says show gets better and better. Oh, there we go. Someone in the chat room, I thought they were like feral demons. Yeah, they kind of, well, they were very organized though, in a way, and they were smart. Hair porn, yes.
Yeah.
It is a little bit of hair porn, but...
I'm okay with it because we've established that it's a fantastic, in the word of fantasy, show. So I'm okay with her hair being like... It's just, I mean, it's almost a joke, right? It's like when you play a video game, like I'm playing Tomb Raider right now, and like she jumps in like a disgusting iceberg and she comes out and she's like, oh, hey.
Perfect hair.
And I'm like...
Charlie's Angels, which they make a Charlie's Angels reference too, so.
Okay.
All right, so then the bus stops, and I love that they get left behind. We're like, what an asshole bus driver. And she even says that too. She's like, great, thanks.
One of my favorite things about the show is that Wynonna or her sister, Waverly, will call out exactly what you're thinking within 60 seconds of you thinking it. I appreciate that in
the show a lot.
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, that was horrible. And then the character's like, says it, and you're like, yes.
Yeah. Because it could be like, oh, and you're thinking, what the F? And then she's like, what the F? And you're like, okay, good. She's aware. This was dumb. Yeah,
I like that the show's characters aren't like just, I don't know what's going on. I don't realize that this is bad. You're like, wait, what? So then she hits her head, and I was kind of like, so is this a subconscious memory relapse thing? Because she was like, I don't know how to fight it. I don't know what to do. And then when she hit her head, her pupils all dilated, and then she was like, combat mode ready. So do you think it was a subconscious memory thing released, or just head rush, as she says?
I was very interested in that. And I'm still actually confused by that because you know what it looked like? You know that old show Chuck? Where he...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he's like a normal dude who gets programmed by the CIA to be the super fighter. And then when his phone goes off, he gets programmed to be a fighter, and then he doesn't remember. And that's very much what I felt.
November 1st, by the way.
Oh, Chuck.
So if you guys like Chuck, go watch that. Or if you haven't watched it yet, got till November 1st.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that vibe too of it's just like the and on button. But we'll see if, because it didn't happen again later really. So that might have been the initial activation. Because she does her fighting stuff later and isn't like totally clueless of what to do.
So then my second thought was maybe when she enters Wyatt County, she gets activated a bit, or she kind of dusts herself off and she's like, oh yeah, I have to be a little tougher here at home than I did have to be in Greece.
It could be.
But it was presented very much that like that phone activated her.
Yes.
That was weird.
A little bit. Then... Oh, I hate somebody's like, I hate every person in that town. Okay, there's definitely some people that aren't that likable in the town. There's
a lot of people very hard to like.
And yes, it was her birthday, which I like that she's a 27-year-old and not like I'm 22. I'm 20.
Praise God. Yes.
Oh, a late 20s woman. Woohoo!
Yeah. You know, for the record, for people who don't watch a lot of TV, I can barely name any characters on TV that are late 20s women.
Well, it's either they're like late teens, early 20s, or they're moms at like early 30s. There's not really like, there's a group of women that don't exist.
You enter 24 to 29, you don't exist on TV.
Yes. It's like, wait, what? You've graduated. Oh, you're not a college character. You're a college character and then a mom.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, where's that in between?
You go from college to getting your MRS.
We do semi-diverge a little bit, but that's how real discussion is, guys. So just a little forewarning. And then I like that they weren't saying her name for the longest time. She gets to Purgatory and gets on the phone, and they're like, what's your name? She's like, oh, I don't want to talk about my name. And then the other character's like, what's your name? And she didn't say her name either.
I was thrown by that in the pilot that she wasn't allowed to, or she had an aversion to the law.
Yes.
Which I thought was like, we get it, okay. And then she had an aversion to sharing her name, and I think she has an aversion to sharing her name specifically in the town.
Sure, that makes sense.
Because of her reputation, she doesn't want to be worshipped. She doesn't want to be, she just doesn't. She's just like, stop, just leave me alone.
Yes. She gets to the funeral, but it's not really a happy, well-receiving process, and her aunt's kind of like, what are you doing here? You're late. And but Wynonna's like, I don't really trust this death whatsoever. And yeah, I think I'd be suspicious too if you're part of that family.
Gus, Wynonna's aunt.
Yes. It's a very interesting name.
Confuses me. Interests me.
Yeah, she's very interesting. I want to know how much she knows.
I need way more information on Gus.
Yes.
Somehow,
it's like she knows kind of what's going on. Like when she has the knife in the second episode, like the cutting board knife thing or the electric hacksaw thing. But then other times she's like, don't talk about demons and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, wait. Where do you stand?
No. Let's back way up. Her name is Gus.
Nickname?
Anyone care to explain? To me, this means that this pilot was originally written for her uncle, and then somebody insisted on her being a female character, and they're like, but his name is Gus, we can't do it. She's like, fine, make her nickname Gus then. And they were like, oh, okay, we can just make it a female character?
Good question, yeah.
It felt very... Yeah. Because it wasn't explained. If she's like Genevieve and they call her Gus because she's on a ranch, like cool. But they never really addressed it. And it was such a unique name. I need answers.
They might get to it later. But then again, if she's part of your family, you wouldn't ask her. You'd already know.
No, yeah, I know. But they bring in other characters like what's his name?
Maybe Dolls. We'll find out.
Yeah, I was like Dolls, Nicole.
Yeah.
Officer Hot.
We'll talk about her. And then we get to cops, like the local sheriff, and I was like, agent ? And we meet Deputy Marshal Dolls, which I was like, Dolls? And then I'm like debating how I'm gonna write that because I'm like the Dolls?
Isn't that the name of like the dopey officer who tries to catch Dexter?
Dolls. I forget that.
Dokes. Sorry.
Dokes.
But it's like this, he's like cookie cutter the exact same character as the person who is like, Dexter, don't do that.
So we'll jump ahead on what we think about Marshal Dolls, so we'll talk about that because we're going to talk more about what happens. But what do you think about Marshal Dolls? I think he's kind of weird.
I have so many problems with that character, especially in the pilot. I'm warming up to him. I would just like to go on record saying I don't like Dolls right now. I will give him a chance to.
Yeah.
I can't put my finger on why. But little things that are upsetting me, like you point out, he doesn't make very good eye contact.
Nope. Personal space is not a thing he understands.
He has very inappropriate personal space, but yet no sex. I
Yeah.
mean, like, he is the least sexually activated person.
I'll get in your space, but I'm not really being sexy right now.
No.
And you're like, okay, just back up then. Like 2 feet?
Like, maybe when he's even trying to be like, hey, smoldering, like, it's not working.
Smolder is not smoldering.
It's doesn't, his smolder's broken.
Yeah.
So I'm very confused.
Yes.
And so then I thought, well, maybe he's just kind of like, he's playing it kind of like, I'm very smart and Asperger-y. And then like that kind of shows up second on the very last part of the second episode.
He says, I don't do relationships.
He says, I don't do relationships. And then he snaps at the redhead, Nicole, Agent Hot.
Oh, he's so mean to her.
He snaps, but like in an unemotional way. He's like, "Come back in here and I'll kill you." And then he's like emotionless about it. I'm like, maybe he is Asperger-y.
Yeah. I feel he's definitely, I think he might be on the spectrum because his behavior with other characters is just kind of like, it feels awkward.
It's very awkward
And I
for
don't know
me.
if I'm supposed to be like turned on by him and Wynonna standing like so close together, and then you're like, but not. So yeah, it's very strange.
We have people.
Dolls is great. Yeah. With a name like Dolls, I'm not surprised he has a bad attitude. Thank you, chat room. Yes, we do agree that Dolls is a very good-looking man.
I agree that he is objectively good-looking, but his personality that this actor is playing character, because I'm sure the actor's not like this, is very strange. And
it's a strange choice, but we'll see how it develops.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then there's something else going on. We learned it's not coyotes, which, yeah, we know that.
Right.
Then we get over to Shorty's bar, and I like their thing, never get off the bus, which you're like, that's a good point, don't get off the bus. But she's like, I got off the bus and survived.
I wanted more explanation for that. I wanted to be like, does the whole town know that if you get off the bus on a certain route from the city to the country that the demons just get you and they all ignore it?
It seems like.
Because
or something
according
gets
to
you.
Dolls, the whole town doesn't know about the demons, so how do they all suddenly know?
Maybe Shorty knows?
You know, like...
Yeah. It's a good question.
I'm a little confused on how much the town knows.
Yes. Or
about
maybe
these
you
demons.
know, but you don't, like, say how you know it. Like, you just kind of know, like, you just don't go there. Like, I couldn't explain to you, like, hey, yeah, we don't do that. But we just know you don't do that. We'll find out. Maybe they'll tell us more.
Okay, yeah. A little more clarification would
Yes,
be
yes.
nice.
And we learned Wynonna's had some run-in with the law, which, okay, good. That makes sense of why she made the phone call and was like, no, I'm not going to tell you stuff. And then Carl called her cursed, and that ruffled some feathers with her. And she's like, what are you talking about? And that's when we first hear about the Earp curse, but we don't know anything yet. Which, that guy was so weird, too. Like, getting in her face, the jerk at the bar the first time when she's playing pool.
Yeah.
That was like, okay.
It was it felt very much exposition for me, which is why I didn't really enjoy the pilot as much. I still really enjoy the character Wynonna and the world. I'm enjoying it, but I was like, the pilot itself was a jumbled exposition of like,
here's a lot of information.
blah, blah, blah. And we were like, okay.
That's fine. And then we got Champ, which I love. She's like, well, how can I get my information out of you? I'm gonna use my feminine wiles, which I appreciate that of like, sure, if that's the only way he's gonna listen. He's like, if you bring those lips, we'll do some talking. I was like, yeah, that pickup line.
I loved it because from the moment that he walked over, she was like, I'm a predator and I'll murder you. Yes. And you are literally a sheep and you think you're a lion.
Yeah.
This is so cute on you right now. Like, she was just like, oh, honey.
Well, she's like, you didn't notice me in high school. And he's like, well, you were weird then. And now, damn, your body. It's your body. That's the only thing he cares about. Nothing else about her, but damn, you look hot. And you're like, all right, cool. Which she does. She looks great. But it is one of those like, okay. But that's apparently all he thinks about, Champ.
Also, he's awkwardly dating
his sister,
his sister, and they're still
not his
together.
Sister. Yeah, her sister goes up in the room, and then there's like a girl who walks in shooting at her, and then you find out, oh, it's Wynonna's sister. Awkward.
I liked that, though.
That was super funny.
I like that Wynonna's sister had the wherewithal to, one, grab a shotgun.
Yeah.
Not trust this boy.
Yeah.
I would call him an F-boy.
Oh, he's totally an F-boy.
She kind of like knew. She was like,
That's the F-U-C-K boy, if you guys don't know what that is. We didn't say it, but we spelled it.
And that she kind of went after this girl, and she was like, both of you. I'm just going to shoot at the both of you. And then she was like, hey, it's me. And she's like, oh, hey, girl. Like, I liked it.
Yep. I like this chat room. Wynonna does not take shit from anyone. Very true. And yes, when we meet Waverly, which we love all their names, we got Willa.
Wyatt.
Well, Willa's not there, but
Wyatt, Willa, the oldest child.
Yep.
Who's passed away.
well, we'll get to that.
Supposedly.
I was like, we'll get to that. Wynonna and Waverly.
And Waverly, yes.
I was like, all W's.
Really,
All right.
really great names, though.
Yeah. At least they're not boring, like cookie cutter, same old names. So that was fun. And then we meet Malcolm, and he rips the tongue out of Carl. That's gross. I just like that he pulled it, and then like it just kept going, and Carl didn't freak out more.
I'm like, really? I don't.
That was weird.
Can you at least use a knife so it's
But they're
believable?
like demon things, so
There could be demon powers that makes
because we learned that they're
tongues
demons.
come off.
Yeah,
Sure. Okay.
Sort of.
All right.
demon things.
I'll give you that. I'll give you magical
Yes.
tongue powers, demons. Go ahead.
Someone's like, you can say it. Well, we're a 5 o'clock show, just so you guys know when we are live. Just so you know, AfterBuzz is like maybe the like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock shows. We have maybe a little more colorful language, but
We do have an all ages
this is definitely an
here.
all ages here. Though the show, I'd say, is kind of on the PG-13 side. It's not too crazy, but not too tame.
Yeah.
I love all the innuendo jokes. Those are entertaining too. And then we talked about how like the demon people are just like, oh yeah, Wynonna, that slut. We're like, what is she isn't like hooked up with anyone.
She's literally slept with no one, and all they do is like, oh, that whore,
Yes.
that slut. She's slept with so many people. I bet she's got all these diseases. And I was like,
she makes jokes. That's
she's
all she does. Yeah.
Where is this coming from? But
I
then
don't-
you point out she does make a lot of
She
sexual
makes a lot
jokes.
of, yes. Innuendo jokes. I give thumbs
But that
up for that
doesn't
one.
make you.
Someone says I have magical tongue powers. Yes. Yes. Oh yeah, but we're Earpers. Oh no, I'm all for that too. But you know, we'll keep it PG-ish here for now. We'll see how it goes. Then we get Wynonna and Waverly chatting, and Wynonna reveals like, oh, she had an email that her uncle sent her that it caught up with him, and Waverly's like, I want to help, and it's happening again. But we're all like, as the viewer, like, what's happening again? Which we don't know about yet. Let me get whatever.
I have a feeling we'll see a lot more of that flashback.
Oh, I think so. I think so too. We'll blaze through some of this because we got to talk about the second episode too.
Yeah.
Wynonna and Dolls, the Black Badge Division, unexplainable cases, and he stands and hovers very close. That was my notes. He hovers very close.
Very close.
Very close. There are monster people that Wyatt killed, and they are coming back. And then Willa. Okay, so do you think Willa's still alive? I do.
I actually
I'm not like she's alive, but I'm kind of like no body, no death. I definitely have that theory.
I don't know, because if she's still alive, then why hasn't she come back to help? And also,
I think she's converted to the other side, not by choice.
Oh,
Yeah,
Willa.
but that will be so fun later, right?
It would be fun.
That would be TV drama. No spoilers, guys.
Yeah, they're
I know
probably-
everyone's like burning at their keyboards.
They're probably like, she's alive, or she's like, I don't know. We're just
I
guessing.
know.
now.
Thank you so much for not spoiling it, guys. And then yes, the Peacemaker gun. We definitely get the gun. That was really cool. Wynonna's aunts. Oh yeah, they're like, so Wynonna, poor girl, is like went to mental asylum for a little bit at least. Which poor girl, like there's demons and nobody's on her side that we gather. Okay.
It's strange to me that Gus is not on her side.
Yes.
You would think of all people,
Gus.
one, she doesn't want her to get hurt. She comes in with like
You're as
like a
broken as they
knife.
come.
Yeah, you're as broken as they come. Excuse me, aren't you
Yatch?
supposed to be my nurturer?
Yes. Yes. And then, okay, Revenants takes too long to say, so I'm going to stick with demons. I was going to ask you, I'm like, should we call them Revenants or demons? I'm like, demons is so much easier to say.
Yeah,
but
it is.
we know, I like how Wynonna keeps correcting Dolls, though. She's like, they're Revenants. They're Revenants.
Yeah.
So we might get around
It's
to
a lot
that
of
too.
names to remember, and I don't know
Yes.
that I appreciate it.
Episode 1 and 2, guys. All right. And we got Dolls and Wynonna. Okay, nice bra. I was like, damn, that's a fancy bra for what she seems like as a character. All that lace and stuff. But I like that she just changed and didn't really care that he's there. She's like, just turn around. Or he doesn't even tell him to turn around. She just turns around. So.
Here's what I think.
Yes.
I think that Wynonna uses her looks whenever she wants to as power.
Yes.
And I think that when she was changing in front of Dolls, who was awkwardly stalking her and getting too close, as a tactic to try to get him to shy away or listen to her, right? Either way, she was like, back off and or listen to my boobies now because I need to be in control of the situation.
I like that.
I think
Good
she
theory.
did that 100% on purpose.
I dig it.
which I like.
Yes. We learned that Wynonna shot her dad. I was like, oh, that sucks. But I think it was a mercy shot. Because I don't think she meant to kill him, but if he got taken by the demons, it would have been a worse death.
Okay, so we're talking about when child Wynonna killed her father.
To just the notes of, yes, child Wynonna killed her dad. I don't think she meant to kill him, but it was one of those,
At first, I thought that she was like, oh no, they're going to take my father and torture him and behead him and whatever, and maybe turn him evil, so what I will do is shoot him as like a mercy kill, because that's what it looked like, because the camera didn't show like her trying to aim anyone else, and it got him like square in the shoulders. Like it hit him like straight in the middle. I'm like, you weren't really, you were aiming not for him. But then later it made it clear that she wasn't aiming for him, she was just a bad shot. And also
she felt
child.
Tormented. And she felt tormented about it too, so yeah. And apparently, she's a horrible shot. We learned that too.
I liked that. It gives us some time to get used to her.
She's not perfect, which I do like that too. It's a little boring when your character's like, I can do anything and everything right at the beginning. And you're like, all right, cool. So no growth? Okay,
But also, it's interesting, if she's ever given a normal gun, she needs to have proper training by dolls then
she
for
does.
regular bad guys, because I have a feeling we're going to get through demons pretty quickly here in the first season.
Well, there's 77.
Yeah, but you know, like how in The Walking Dead, they at a certain point start fighting humans, because like at a certain point zombies are old news. Like I think it's going to be like that, and then she's going to be, not to get into predictions, I don't even really have a prediction, but I think she's going to be really bad with a normal gun, and she's going to be really good with the Peacemaker, because the Peacemaker is not only like in her bloodline, but it seems to like want to help her when it's near a demon.
It does. It lights up. And when she shot her sister down from the noose thing, it like did an awesome ricochet. I was like, that was cool.
Yeah.
So
a little
I agree.
too cool. A little magical.
Perfect. But I want to go with it's magical. Yeah.
I like it.
And then something crawled out of the well, which we learn later is our mystery man, Hank, which I thought they called him Henry at one point. Or I heard, no, it is Henry. And I thought they had said Hank, but we'll talk about him later.
Maybe that's a nickname for Henry.
I don't know. Good question. We meet the annoying sheriff again. And then they go to she goes to Waverly's apartment, and she has the giant wall of NCIS information of like, here's everything about her history. And I like the tie-in later where Dolls is like, your research is impeccable, and she's like, well, thank you.
That was really cute.
That was really cute.
I really like Waverly a lot. She's I mean, from the beginning was just so lovable and adorable. She's the only character that doesn't have to grow on me. Like, she's perfect.
She's very bubbly and bright and stuff.
I also love her style. She has little high-waisted shorts that, like, would look terrible on most people, but they look, like, cute on her. Like, she's got the whole thing going on. I like it.
I was just looking at the chat. Thank you guys for holding back on the spoilers. We really appreciate it. Because I was like, no, we want to do this fresh, and we don't want, and we really appreciate you guys. So then we got, okay, at the bar, though, she's sitting and the gun's out of reach. Remember? It's one, why is the gun out? And two, it's like barely, I'm going to have it over there, not like right next to me. We both were like, no.
We seriously almost flipped the table when we saw that. We were like, what? In what world do you go like, here's the one thing of my salvation. I'm going to get drunk and leave it over here.
Yeah. And then lo and behold, our mystery man's like, bloop, and grabs it.
And then, I mean, I know that was written that way, but I really did not enjoy it. I was like, are you kidding me? Why is that gun even out?
Well, it looked awkward. Like, I'm going to put it down there. Like, she could put it down, like, at least.
Yeah, it was not cheated well.
No, it's all right.
It made me very angry.
Yes. Then we got, Gus. I was like, Gus is killed. Just kidding. Intensive care. How convenient. I thought she died, and they're like, she's in intensive care. Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
When the kid left Waverly.
Which only makes me more suspicious of Gus.
Oh.
I have many. I will give Gus one more episode before I dislike her.
You're like, wait a minute.
One.
And then Wynonna goes, dolls for help. I want to call him Dallas. Dolls for help.
Dolls.
And of course she gets a motorcycle. They make you think it's going to be a horse. And
at first I was like,
is
it going to be a horse? Does she need a magical horse to ride in?
Well, I thought maybe she's going to a place where you can't access very well
there's no
from
roads.
a vehicle. There's no roads. Or you got to
raw.
climb rocky areas, so then a horse. And then it's like, different kind of horsepower. There's a pun for you.
Oh, the chat said that Gus mentioned that no guns at the table.
Yeah,
but Gus isn't at the bar.
We're talking about the bar. That was a little weird at the bar. It's Shorty's.
Yeah.
Bar. Yeah. And then we got Waverly in the noose, and then I like that she makes. This is when Wynonna makes the joke, and then Waverly's like calls her out on it, like, no, that's not funny. Like, how you hanging in there or something like that. And she's like, really?
So good that first of all, like, when she gets nervous, she makes jokes. I think, and a lot of people are saying,
people do. Too,
you know, Wynonna has no fear. I think she has fear. I think she
does.
fears losing her sister, and I think she fears putting her entire family in town in harm's way.
Yeah.
And I love that when she, like, we go in the second episode.
What part?
Pilot. When her sister's hanging.
Oh, that's the first one.
So in the end of the pilot, she goes and she's like, good to see you're still hanging in there. And she's like, not funny. And I'm like, I was immediately put to rest. So like, I loved it.
It's a good way to cover it.
Yeah.
And you're like, yes. Then we get the legend. Finally, we get the information. And then when you're 27, all those killed by Wyatt Earp come back, and they're just a little more demonic. Thank you, Demon, for that exposition. And then she magically is a good shot. No, that was a good example of exposition, because then you're like, oh, thank you. That's the information I want to know. Yeah. And then they join Dallas Weird Chemistry. There. That's the end of the first one. And we're going to blaze through the second one. But I have less notes on the second one.
We're doing it. We're doing it. Covering them 2 episodes, 1 hour.
We'll probably try to do it better last time. And then I guess that's a question for you guys as well. And we might alter as we go along. Since probably, I want to say 80 to 90% of you have probably already seen the show, but it was a while ago.
April.
Maybe we'll do less recapping and more talking about it. I mean, I think I'm liking how it's going now, but let us know.
Yeah, send us your
in the
feedback.
comments, tweet at us, be like, it's all right, you guys can speed it up or whatever. And I know we're towards the end, so we'll go through episode 2, which is Keep the Home Fires Burning. And we get the Revenants or demons. You're like, okay, I get it. And she gets her first mission, and she has to kill a demon that she knows. Weird teeth dude. And that was interesting.
I kind of liked him.
Yeah, that was interesting. Shark teeth.
I like shark teeth. I wanted him to be around like a weird little pet.
Oh, yeah, that would have been funny. Well, he might come back. We don't know how they come back again.
Every 20 well, wait.
Well,
so she's the heir to the curse or whatever. So that means that whoever the next heir is, whether that be Waverly because she gets killed or like Wynonna's daughter.
That'd be another 27 years.
So whenever that, say the next heir is her child. We don't know how that works. When that heir becomes of 27 years, now the demons, all the demons that the last heir killed get to come back, and they get to come back stronger.
So it's not like Supernatural where you can come back from hell a couple times.
Yeah,
as I recall from Supernatural.
Yeah. There are rules.
There you go. We might want to rewatch more than you think. Okay, yeah, that's the other thing too. Since it's been a while, we'll recap because you guys might be like, wait, what part was that again?
All right.
Like you might remember vaguely. Thank you. All right, then we get the bar fight, and the task force gun does not kill demons, just like Wynonna called. And I told her, it was like, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna, that might hurt him, but I don't think it's gonna do it. So it is the gun too, because that's the other thing too. We haven't really discussed the bullets. Like, is it just the gun? Does it have to be special bullets? I think it's just the gun.
It's the recipe, right? It's the heir.
Yes, the heir holding the gun.
I believe the area.
Okay.
Earp County, country.
Country.
And the gun.
Yeah.
I don't think the bullets have anything to do with it.
Bullets are irrelevant. Awesome. So just like stockpile and have like a backpack full of them.
Yeah.
Then we get our mystery man again. He's playing with the demons, and he's clear. Okay, so we don't know what he is. He's not a demon. He's not really, I wouldn't say he's human, because he is from a long time ago, and he was Wyatt Earp's right-hand man. So I at first was like, I think he's Wyatt Earp, and then it was like, oh, no, he's not.
I know. I was like, could be.
I was like, that could be really interesting.
If so, why is he flirting with his granddaughter?
A little weird. But yes, please tell our viewers your awesome theory of what type of person our mystery man is.
Okay, so what is that character's name? Do we know?
That was the Hank Henry.
Hank Henry? Hank?
Yeah.
The guy who is dressed really, really well from like old-timey times? Yeah. So Hank, who I really have started to enjoy. Actually, I liked him from the beginning, even though he was introduced as a bad guy. Yeah. My theory is by the end of episode 2, when we see him joining up with the Revenants.
Bobo.
Bobo.
Yeah.
When we see him joining up with the demons and making a deal with them, and then going back to the Earp sisters, pretending to protect them and putting on the mailbox and really getting to know them and kind of liking them and cracking jokes and whatever. Also, he has the opportunity to hurt and kill Wynonna, supposedly, and he just walks right past her very quickly, in control of the situation, which means to me, and stay with me on this, guys, that Wynonna is Batman and he is Catwoman. As in, you don't.
I agree.
You don't know if he's going to show up to save the day or screw her over.
Yeah.
And I am enjoying it. I think as the seasons progress with this show, he will become more of a friend than a foe. I think he will start out as an enemy, and I think he will become more of a unlikely, neutral, kind of mess with you kind of friend.
Yeah,
like
I want to say
Catwoman.
he's like neutral evil because he's not all baddie, because he's plenty of opportunities to do bad things and he doesn't. And even when he does the accidental thing where he gives the shadow demon Waverly's info, he kind of felt bad, like,
He did.
didn't mean it for her.
Didn't mean it for
so
her.
he's not pure evil like the other demons can be. So he's very
also human.
intriguing, sort of.
Somehow. So.
In a way, well, he's more human than the demons, yes, because he can cross lines.
I guess I mean in like terms of emotions. As
Okay,
well
there you go.
Physicality. He's
Well,
got
if
a
it's
dichotomy
just
to him.
black and white of human demon.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he's like 100-something years old. So, and he was down the well.
And also, Wynonna wants to sleep with him super hard, just like Batman wants to sleep with Catwoman,
Yeah, I agree with your theory.
which I'm okay with.
Totally
As
okay.
of episodes 1 and 2.
Yes. And
I'm okay with.
And he puts on normal clothes, and we're like, now he's just a hipster.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I really like him better in his Western getup, and I'm like, he just looks like a hipster now with his handlebar mustache and long hair. They like your comparison. Good comparison.
Oh, thank you.
And then, yep, they like it.
And don't scroll up. Don't scroll up.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
There's a spoiler.
Yep. Did you see it though?
No, I didn't.
good.
So thanks, guys.
Guys, careful, careful. I know it's like so hard, but hang in there.
They're doing awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And then what else? So let me get to the Marshall finding. Oh, the Marshalls were founded by Teddy Roosevelt. I like that she's like by Theodore Roosevelt, and he's like, no, Teddy Roosevelt.
No, she said by Eleanor.
Eleanor. There we go.
And I was like, girl,
other
you
one.
know it wasn't going to be
Yes.
Eleanor.
No.
Even if it was, they would have written in the history books that it was her
Yeah.
husband.
Well, yes, this is true. I think I was thinking when I said Theodore, I was thinking it as a female name, and I'm like, no, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then he's like, we need it under the radar, prevent panic. But I agree. I think the town knows more than we think they know, but maybe not details.
Again, I will give the town a few more episodes to explain
see
to me that
how
I
much
want
they
some
know.
like old lady to be like, well, this is what we know about the wolves, and we call them the wolves because they're really demon. Like, I want someone to kind of give me a little
maybe.
bit more explanation.
Hopefully that comes up soon.
Just like the teensiest bit.
Yes. And then back to Wynonna and Doll's relationship. Yeah, he's like, I don't do relationships. All nice and cold. You're like, okay. And then demons fear the boss man. I was like, the boss man, who's that? And yeah, our mystery man is Hank. And then they're like, you ain't one of us. So yes, he's even more intriguing and mysterious. And he says, yeah, it's only time before the Earps know who you are. And he wants revenge. So I'm very intrigued.
I'm interested to see his revenge. It
Yes.
seems that his revenge is somehow
Yes.
tied up in the Earp territory or family, but obviously it's not directly related at Wynonna or her sister.
Yes.
I mean, it can't be.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
We'll
But,
see.
Yeah.
And then quick thing to chime in for the chat, guys. The reason we're doing this now because it wasn't covered before, and so we pushed really hard to get this covered now, and that's why it's happening now, because it just took that long to get it done.
Yep.
Because we love this show so far, and we really wanted to share it with y'all.
And we did.
That's why.
We did promise the studio that there were people who were interested in watching
Yes.
it even retroactively. So we're really grateful that you're here.
So thanks for watching, and tell all your other fellow Earpers about that we exist.
And we had the opportunity to speak with SyFy's PR people and let them know that there was a very interested following
Yes.
to review the shows, even retroactively, and very interested in a season 2, and they were very happy to hear that.
Yes.
So
So good job, guys.
hopefully we're all helping them get more and more
Exactly.
work.
Spread the word.
Yeah.
And then we get our Mr. Man. The demons cannot hold the gun. That's convenient. So good to know. I love that.
I love that. I kind of wish that we didn't let the bad guys know that sooner, because he kind of found out.
They found out so fast.
Yeah.
That was true. And then our very fun moment in the episode that we both were like, what? Because we're like, wait, what is this? And we got our female cop. We got Nicole Hot, very flirty. And she's like, what, t-shirt contest? And then, oh, how inconvenient. My shirt got stuck. Can you please help me?
Question.
Yes.
Do you think Waverly was like, oh, my shirt's wet. She's kind of cute. Let me just see if she'll turn around. Like, do you think she was like a little bit like, no, wonder if she'll be nice about it and kind of flirty and like, oh, I wonder if like, because I don't think she was like, I want to get naked in front of her. I think she was like, I'm gonna have her turn around and be like, like kind of like.
I don't think Waverly was that planny about it, but I think Waverly maybe is more on the, okay, and we don't know where this goes, guys, so this is our theories at the moment. I think Waverly is a little more on the straight spectrum at the moment.
Really?
However, at this moment, having such a beautiful woman be flirty with you, she maybe was like, well, you know, okay. Like, I mean, so far, but we don't know yet because she only has the one boyfriend thing, so we don't know if she has any other interest. But it felt like she was a little overcome and was oblivious to her being, like, flirting on her. And then she's like, no, I have a boyfriend. But then the cop's kind of like, it's all right. Just buy me coffee later.
Okay, but.
But, yes.
Is her boyfriend not trans?
Champ?
Yeah. Am I reaching? Because her boyfriend looks real trans to me.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I
As
did
in
not
somebody
catch
who
that.
was born a woman and then transitioned fully into being
Because he looks like Justin Bieber?
Because he looks like Justin Bieber.
I don't know. I didn't quite get that vibe, but we'll find out.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
I wasn't getting that, but...
Calling it.
It's a good
so
question.
if so, then she is on that spectrum, and you are wrong. She's not straight.
Well, I think it's one of those, like most people, any attractive person being really friendly to you, you might be a little bit like, oh,
totally.
Hi.
Well, Officer Hot, I really, really liked her confidence without being too slimy.
It wasn't aggressive.
Yeah.
It was, I'm putting it out there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to slobber all over you, but I just want you to know.
Yeah. I liked it.
Which, just so y'all know, that's a good way to flirt, too. You're putting it out there, but you're not being too aggressive that scares people off. Mm-hmm. But it's enough to, like, you know.
But you're not apologizing for it. You're
no.
like, you're like, she, like at the end, she was like, I will come back. Yeah. And I was like, oh.
Like, okay.
Well.
You're like, oh, if you do say so. And then we get dolls taking over the local sheriff office. And then, Hank, back to, we're going through the episode, guys, just so y'all know. Which I do say y'all besides this show as well. Hank is chatting him up at the bar. Chatting up Waverly, which Hank was a tall glass of water as well. And Waverly's like, back up in my room. But wait, I'm not telling you to go up there.
I was a little annoyed with that. I was like, shut up. You would not tell some kind of...
She's like, whoops. Oh, he's like he got vampire powers. That she's like, let me just tell you information.
Do we think that?
Well, he's in the daylight, though.
I definitely thought he was a vampire when I first saw him.
But it's daylight. Different vampire rules? Maybe. We'll find out.
I hate it when people change vampire rules.
Oh, someone in the chat room takes notes. It's a good note. I mean, just anybody's personal experience. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then we got Officer Hot comes in, and Dolls is a complete and utter jerk. And it was like, she was just trying to be friendly and normal, inquisitive person when she comes back in the office. She's like, here's the information. Oh, what are you guys doing here? And he's like, nope, out, treason. And you're like, okay.
I like that Wynonna called him out on that. And she was like, can you not be a total dick? And he was like, well, rules. And I was like, that made me think even more that he was Aspergery, because he couldn't even listen to Wynonna, who he wants desperately to be with him.
All right, so I'm like, anything else important? Dolls calls. I'm like, nope. Well, fine. We'll just. Henry and we'll just jump to the end. Right. We get Hank and Levi. See, if I call him Henry, sorry guys. Levi, he crosses the line, and that's a bad thing. And demons just kind of burn up, and it takes them a very long time to die, and that sucked. And we meet that the leader is Bobo, and shadow demon thing. That's very scary. But I love the blades of light that go through him. Yeah. That was cool.
When Wynonna shot him. And also, where did his tin vest go suddenly?
Here. And
but he got shot like here. He got
maybe it's just the heart. And it was like, I don't know. That's a good question, guys.
But I liked it.
That was so good. That was a good part. And then they finally get rid of the talisman, and poor Waverly did. But she's a child and is her imaginary friend. So I forgive her. For various
of course. I was just impressed for that childhood friend to have the self-control to not just end her right then and there. Like, that was weird.
That's true. And I love, though, that Bobo is our baddie leader. That was cool.
Also an adorable name for an evil leader, which to me makes him more badass, because if you're like your name is like evil. Your name is like Bubbles. Yeah. And you're like a mob leader, like, I'm terrified of you. Because that means no one that you know can make fun of you.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we're kind of at the end now. We're not really going to do predictions Yeah, not for this one because we're
No.
still absorbing the first two and
Yeah.
trying to wrap it all up
Yep.
in our brains. And thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure chatting with you guys on Twitter and in the chat room. And oh, there you go, shot from the back for the Shadow Man.
Oh, that's right, he
Yes,
was.
There we go.
Thanks,
so
guys.
please leave comments down below. No spoilers. What your thoughts are on the episode? Any, if you guys have already seen it, do you want us to cover it a little bit differently? Stuff like that. Thumbs up and share it with people as well. And where can people find you online?
Yeah, thanks, guys. You guys can find me on Twitter at Plaster as well as Instagram.
And another one from the chat, yes. Bobo is the worst, best Revenant. All right, yeah, he's very interesting. I like the Shadow Man. That was pretty cool, but it was a little quick-lived, but we'll see it hopefully more.
Yeah.
You guys can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook at Kari Lane Actor. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to AfterBuzz so you'll be up to date on all these kind of videos, and we cover a lot of other shows as well. And
we'll be back next week.
Yeah, we will be back next week, 5 o'clock, same place. Again, covering 2 episodes till we get through the end. Thank you so much for Thank you so much for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.